Be heard. Have your say. Join the conversation on Lagos Talks 91.3.
With me, Ifnaya, here on Lagos Talks 91.3, and I did mention that I was going to be having a very special guest in the studio today, and he's right here next to me looking all fly. Korede Bello. You know, whenever I think about your name, I have to sing that in my head.
I next to you.
Okay.
Next to you.
I like that.
Yeah, I feel good next to you.
Ooh.
I think it's unfair that you're so beautiful, and they only get to enjoy your voice.
Well, maybe very soon they'll get to see my face and enjoy that
do like
too.
a podcast where they can just still see enjoy the vocals and the aesthetics.
Oh, thank you. The vocals and the aesthetics now. Wow, thank you very much.
Thank you too. Thank you for having me.
Anyways, guys, it's Korede Bello in the studio, and I'm very excited because this is the first of many. It's a new series that I'm doing about life controversies and lessons, and really what I'm trying to do is to get individuals that are at the forefront of their career, whatever the career might be, just to take us on a journey. To let us know how it's been for you so far, to talk to us about your life, talk to us about your controversies, maybe debunk some rumors, and also just tell us some of the lessons that you have learned. And before we get into maybe just talking really about your career, I want to know, because we literally saw you morph into this person that you are, and it's very surprising for a few people, seeing Korede Bello, very cute Korede Bello, and now it's just like young Zeddy K. Like, what happened? What was this transition? Why did you think it was important for you to move from that cute Korede Bello to the young man that you are today?
Where do we start from?
Whichever.
Okay, so like in all things natural, there's necessity for growth.
Okay.
Necessity for change. So to answering your last question, it was a necessity that I evolved into something else aesthetically, because I was already evolving,
from within.
Me, from
That's
within.
very important.
I'm not the same person that you heard in Korede Bello. It's Babalokwe. No, young Baba. No, big up whatever it is. But like I said, in all things, change is necessary. So I needed to make that transition visually. To people to connect with the new me, or the new person that is Korede Bello, because unfortunately, just like you said, like we started the interview with, you said anytime you say my name, you're tempted to, because the brain registers that. It's like a screenshot the brain takes. So your brain is already taking a screenshot of that moment in time, and registered Korede Bello in that folder. So unfortunately, that's how most things work. So even if I am growing or I am putting out new stuff, it keeps going back to the folder that you already saved. So except you do something drastic, change aesthetically so people can save a new folder, your name in a new place.
And that's so true.
People will keep trapping you with the past.
Exactly. So what's the reception been like? Because you're saying that there are people that might keep trapping you, with your past. And we've seen celebrities, especially maybe in Hollywood, we've seen child stars and how they've been trying to transition and get into, mainstream or being seen as an adult, and it was difficult for some of them. But for you, what has the reception been like, you transitioning into who you are right now?
The reception has actually been beautiful. One of the things that's interesting is most of my fans have been growing with me as well. So they have been changing on their own, especially the young demography of my fan base. It's like people that started when they were like 16 to 22. They're transiting to young adults, and that's the stage I'm at in my life as well. So they resonate with the change, and although they are emotionally attached to the old person, it would always be like that. They still want me to be cute and all of that. But a lot of people actually love they've been waiting and anticipating for the change in aesthetics for Korede Bello. They want it to be more mature, and that kind of vibe.
All right, guys.
What do you think? I'm interested to know.
Ooh, what do I think?
Yeah.
I mean, I was just like, what? Is this Korede? What's going on? You know, when did this happen? I like the growth. I like how you have transitioned as well. It's aesthetically pleasing.
Oh,
I'm
like
sure
that.
ladies have told you that already. But I like the fact that you're allowing yourself grow as well. It's a pace that you've decided to follow, and it's beautiful to see. Just seeing you grow, so that's good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's 12:28. If you have any questions for Korede Bello, bring those questions to the table. Get on Twitter at LagosFolks913 using the hashtag directions with Ify. Bring those questions to the table, and I'm sure he's more than willing to answer this question. We're going to take. We're going to take a very quick. Do you want to introduce this song?
Okay, what song is that? What song?
It's right there. Table for two.
Okay, so like she said, Ify, just one word short of wifey.
Ooh.
On this table for two said that you could bring whatever questions you have, whatever curiosity you have to this table for two. So that is what is cue in this song right now, and it's called Table for Two by none other Mr. Romantic, Mr. Mikasa Sukasa, and I'll let wifey take it away.
No, I still have my very special guest in the studio, Korede Bello. We're talking life, controversies, and lessons. So, Korede, I'm very happy to have you here. Let's just get back into the conversation. At what age would you say that your career actually began?
Okay, so there's been different stages
Okay.
of my career beginnings.
Okay, beginnings,
So
several.
It's
Okay.
been compound beginnings.
Okay.
But I think it officially began when I first performed in front of my class in primary 2.
Oh, wow.
And I got a reception. I felt like Michael Jackson. I took off my uniform. I still remember.
You took off your uniform?
I'm telling you, like my shirt, just like I only had my vest on. It was really like it was
That's
a
interesting.
raw.
Yeah.
If I could have a picture of what my brain activity was there,
Yeah.
it would probably like a party. Like,
Oh my goodness.
it was an experience that it's been. Even like if I'm performing for 10,000 people, it probably not be the same as the first. So
Yeah.
I think that's when it started. I realized that okay, I can actually make a lot of people feel good at the same time.
Yes.
And that has still been somewhat my purpose. To still that's the drive of doing what I do to help people feel better, and it's powerful to be able to make people feel good and happy. So that's probably when it started, and maybe next is when I put out my first song.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was that like, you putting out your first song? Did you think that it was going to get the reception that it got before putting out that song?
Yes and no.
Okay, explain.
Okay, so when I started, everybody likes the cute start, like, oh, it looks like Michael Jackson's voice is really cute, and he's singing about Nigeria. Wow, where is it coming from? So it was interesting that I knew people were going to pay attention, because I was young and I was talking about something serious, like loving Nigeria and being patriotic.
Yeah.
So, but I didn't know that it was going to be something that would get me on radio.
Yes.
And performing in my street carnivals, and like I'm the superstar.
Yeah.
Everybody's waiting for me. So it was. I didn't see that part coming. But it felt really good.
Yeah, it did. Now, just getting into the music industry, because it's sweet, it's beautiful, you living your dream, you putting out your art in such a way that people are appreciating it, and you literally growing in it. What has your experience been like in the should I say the world of stardom? What has that experience been like? Was it anything that you thought it was going to be like? Because we've seen so many stories. Even people saying things like, oh, if you ask some celebrities, they would rather keep the money and then they would throw away the fame and things like that. But how has that been for you?
Whew, that's a very beautiful question. So no matter how much times you talk about or you learn about swimming, right? No matter how much theoretical knowledge you have of being in the pool, it can never measure up with the actual experience of jumping in the pool.
That's very true.
So you can say, oh, this is what it could feel like. I could know, like, I've probably watched, all the documentaries of all the artists, right?
Yes.
And I could say that I know what it's going to feel like. I know the ups and downs, but it's different from actually experiencing it firsthand.
Yes.
And when you experience it, it becomes your truth. right? So I have had really interesting experiences. If I had my way, you know, I would figure out a way to be famous without my face being everywhere.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
like,
very
I wish
interesting.
I could be famous anonymously.
Ooh.
I wish I still had the power to make people feel good without sacrificing personal expressions.
Yes.
You know, you feel me?
Yeah,
like,
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I
Sia,
totally
even
understand what
Sia
you're saying.
still kind of like, but yeah, you don't
I mean,
see
we've seen her face now, but Sia,
Yeah.
indeed.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do understand because there's a lot that comes with it because you're
Absolutely.
constantly under public scrutiny.
Absolutely.
Everything that you do is like, oh, Korede Bello did this,
Absolutely.
or he didn't do that. Now, speaking about being under public scrutiny,
Yeah.
what would you say in the duration of your career so
Yeah.
far has been the most controversial moment of your career?
I've been relatively clean, you know.
Yeah.
In fact, maybe too clean for the media.
Oof. Okay.
Because they don't see any dirt on me, and it's kind of probably boring for news because
I mean,
I don't have big mama scandals and all of that.
Yeah.
I think the biggest scrutiny, not necessarily controversy, is you know, people keep saying that, oh, after Godwin, what's next? Like, yo, after Godwin, did this village people win? You know, that kind of narrative.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if that passes as controversy, but that's probably like the biggest negative, what's it called? Negative emotion,
Feedback
negative
or,
feedback,
yes.
negative energy
Yes. Okay.
in the media, not necessarily media, but like in people's, you know, circles. And that has been interesting because, wow, it's really, people are really, you know, trying God out, you know, it's really scary. They think they're talking about me, but they're talking about God, right?
Okay.
And that's what they don't understand. The thing about God is, so they say the God who has been the same in the beginning, the same middle, the same forever.
Of course.
You should fear that God, right?
Of course.
And eventually he wins, you know.
Of course.
So there might be moments of, you know, ups and downs, but eventually God wins. And one thing I realized from my journey with God is you definitely have down times.
Of course.
You definitely have down
Which is expected.
times. And God uses his people to show that okay, it's not all perfect all the time.
Of course.
And I'm so happy to be a medium of that message that it's okay to have ups and downs.
I love that. I love that you brought in spirituality because I was actually going to ask what role has your spirituality, you know, played in your career, and just how have you been able to strike that balance? Because let's be very honest, you know, with this journey with God, there are times where you need to make decisions and you're wondering, is this good for my career? Is this not good for my career? You know, what will God say about it? How do I represent God but still stay trendy? So how's that been for you? You know, trying to be there, trendy, acceptable to the community, but also still, but also still represent God.
That is one of the biggest battles I think every artist or every person in public attention faces.
Of course.
I mean, if you have a conscience, you might not call it God, but it's a conscience, right? Obviously, it's just consciousness or conscience, whatever you want to call it. Now, it's like selling a product.
Okay.
And people who made the iPhone, for instance, right? They made a product that you can use to do whatever.
Yes.
But they're not responsible for what you use it for.
True.
Some people can use the iPhones to detonate bombs, right?
That's
Some
very
use
true.
the iPhones to steal, to scam people.
Of course.
But it doesn't mean they're responsible for what you do with it.
Yes.
Sometimes music can be like that. You can, okay, this is a product, this whatever. If you're using this for another thing, it's not my business.
Yes.
So is that's internal struggle. Like, okay, how can I create a product that can sell without, you know, without being responsible for people's actions with the product or engagements with the product. Now, but unfortunately, music is not just like every other product.
That's
music is something that affects the internal, the mental, the spiritual, whatever, the heart. So it's something that you're responsible for people's souls.
Yes.
You know, if you get to that place, you realize that you're responsible for people's souls, and you just have to be intentional with how you engage with people's souls, because at some point you probably be like, okay, what did you do with talent?
Exactly.
So is that struggle of, okay, how can I create a product and how can I be responsible with the product.
Yes.
So it has been a really tough one for me, especially because like I said, there's a purpose to this. Because if there was no purpose, you know, what do people want to hear? Okay, they want to hear this, that. Okay, let's put it in the music.
Yes.
Let's go. Let's hit songs. Let's make as much as we can while we can. But like I said, if you're moving with God, you're moving with someone who, not someone, but a being who's been there in the beginning, who's been in. So it's about long-term, marathon.
Yes.
So that's what I think about most times. Like, okay, in the long run, will this make sense?
All right, and you've done very well with that.
Thank you for that. Thank
All right, this is coming from Tochukwu, and he just sort of kind of asked a question aligning with some of the things that we've spoken about. He said, I have 2 questions for you.
Yeah.
How have you been able to stay clean and sane, considering the fact that a handful of artists use psychoactive drugs?
Yeah.
Lastly, what inspires you the most?
Okay. Firstly, how have I been able to stay sane?
Mm-hmm.
That is a really good question. Thank you for that. I think first of all, the secret to being sane is having a sane environment.
Okay.
So your environment has to be something that influences your sanity or insanity. So, and by environment, I am talking about online environments, offline environments, your immediate environments, your social environments, your friends, your family. All of that contributes to the environment that influences your sanity or insanity. So that being said, I think having the kind of people I have around me, kind of contributes to my sanity. But my internal sanity, that is definitely God. That is God. It's not easy. I think having a sense of purpose helps me to be sane.
I like that.
So I know that I'm not just chasing after the next hit songs or just wanting to be on the chart or just wanting to please people because they're saying where it's created,
Yes.
So realigning or recalibrating with my purpose helps me to be sane, and there's no sanity without God. Whatever you want to go about it, you have to center with your source, which is God. God has been helping me with that. But I think on a general perspective, I think your environment plays a very big role. Social, online, your media environment, your room, everything, your phone, everything, your environment is responsible for your sanity or insanity.
All right, I like that. You did speak about purpose a little bit. Have you ever, in the course of your career, thought, you know what, I think I've gotten out of line of my purpose?
Wow. Okay, you had to go there. Okay, so I think I was about to go there, I think before Godwin came, I was probably about to go there.
Okay.
Because I was really young, and it was like the next young thing was just gonna blow. It's gonna be like next, maybe like take Afrobeat to the next, like next Wizkid, next Dave, and all that kind of stuff. So it was like gonna be cliche, sing, represent the young demography and give whatever it is that they wanted, right? So because we had music, a lot of music, and God just came from nowhere.
Yes.
And I feel God did that intentionally, and like just put like a comma.
Yes.
So now I had to be, especially because people were inviting me to churches and like Muslim parties, everywhere. I was everywhere, all sectors, like, all demographics. So I had to be intentional. With my expressions now.
Okay.
Even though I still wanted to make music that young people can relate to. So, it's still an internal struggle.
Yeah.
But I think God did something with Godwin, with kind of putting me, holding me accountable.
Okay.
And trying to make me look responsible.
Okay.
Not that I'm not responsible.
Responsible. Alright, this is from Lord Elzu saying, careful with that sweet boy Korede Bello with you in the studio. His mouth is too sweet.
I haven't even started with EP yet.
You've not started?
I haven't started yet.
Okay.
You're still, you're still giving me philosophical
romantic
questions.
This is coming from Adeyemi saying, proud of your growth, Korede Bello. Any difference to the scene right now compared to when you started?
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. So the only thing that changes in evolution is technology.
Okay.
We used to use armor, we used to use sword and all of that. Technology changes.
Exactly.
So the only thing that's changed in the music industry is the technology.
Yeah.
And so now we have a lot of artists doing it themselves.
Yes.
They're recording themselves, they have distribution channels and all of that. So it's easier because of the technologies to make music and to promote music.
Yes.
But I still think it's the same thing, the same energy. But because of the technology, I think we have a better chance at globalizing the sound.
Okay.
Because everybody's listening at the same time.
Of course.
Big Ups to Burner has a really amazing album out there.
That's very true.
Everybody was listening at the same time around the world.
Yes.
It wasn't like that before. You know, it takes some time to get everybody aligned.
Yeah.
But it was a global activation because of the technology that's right there right now. And I think it's a good place to be. It means that every artist is... You cannot regionalize your thinking anymore. You're making indigenous music but global standards.
Yeah. I love that. Alright, let's just quickly get into you being Mr. Romantic. I'm sure a lot of people want to know what your relationship status is at the moment, Korede. With all this music you have been doing, what is your relationship?
I'll say it again that I'm one word short of a wifey. And Ify...
No, Korede, you can't.
Next to me.
I beg, no.
And you're also one word short of a wifey.
Yes. Yeah, I sure am. But aside from that, what is your relationship status? Or are you in an entanglement?
I've been in a lot of entanglements.
Ooh. Fantastic.
But I'm single at the moment.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Is this a personal choice of yours, or why are you single?
Oh wow. Okay, so is it a personal?
I have to ask. Is it personal?
It's not a personal choice. I think life just has a way of making things happen. But I'm in a state of mind right now that I'm actually ready, like really ready to settle down and start my own family.
Oh really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
I'm in that state right now.
How old are you?
I'm old enough.
Oof. Okay, you're old enough. Have you always had a particular age in your mind where you thought I would like to settle down at that
30.
age? Oh really?
Yeah, I think I'd like to have my kids coming in at 30.
Okay.
Because I don't want to be too old, you know.
To have that relationship with your children.
With my children. It's very important to me. Fortunately, I just have a childlike spirit and heart. So I think I would always connect with them. But I also don't want the age difference to be too much. Like if I'm 60 and my kids like 30, it's still fair.
Yes.
We can still vibe and talk about the same things in a way.
Yeah.
So 30 is the age that I think I want to have kids. Not necessarily get married. Obviously, I can get married before that.
Of course.
But at least start bringing human beings into the world.
Human beings. Okay. We saw what happened with Mikasa.
Yeah.
We saw how.
What did you see? I didn't see what happened.
You did not see. I was seeing all your videos.
Oh.
And so we saw how viral it went.
Yes.
People coming up with their own different versions from different parts of the world, which was absolutely amazing. So with you doing that song and creating a viral challenge where you'd see people side by side, your video, their video, they're responding to what you're saying. During this period, how much attention did you get from the female folk?
Oh, I got a lot of attention. Not like I haven't had that type of attention from the female folk, or I don't get it on the regular, but since the rebrand this year, that was a peak point in the year so far regarding attention that I got. At some point, it was like 3 million impressions on my Instagram feed. I think weekly. So it was a lot of attention. It was good, and because I wanted people to focus on the new image, right?
Okay.
And that's one of the things I like about the attention. So attention can be got and lost, but what's the most important thing is what are you giving them to pay attention to? And how are you converting the attention? So I wanted people to pay attention to the new brand. And people say, oh wow, look, because prior to that, people didn't know I'd even cut my hair or I looked different, and meanwhile I put Simami out in the year. So Mikasa was maybe April, and a lot of people still didn't know that Korede Bello had a new vibe, new style to Mikasa. And also it influenced the video. If you watch the video, you see that it's an intimate perspective.
Of course.
And you can see Korede Bello. You see that this is a new Korede Bello. There's not so much things distracting you. That's why it's from a first person perspective.
Of course.
So every lady watching the video feels like they're on that.
Exactly, and that's exactly what it felt like. So Angie actually did ask if there's a special someone, because I told you that a lot of people would want to know that, but he's answered that already. And Adeyemi's asking on Twitter.
Is there a special someone for you?
This isn't about me, Korede.
But now it is.
Look how you're even looking at me. You cannot intimidate me.
I have no such intentions to
Look at you. And you know what? I actually didn't even know this is what your personality was.
Oh, really?
Just seeing you on Instagram, I just thought, you know what? But you are coming with your smoothness. Like, I have no such intentions.
I'm only reflecting the energy you're putting on.
That I'm exuding. I like that. But I do not have a special someone yet.
Is there a reason why?
But you're not turning this to my own interview. Anyways, moving on.
She's running away from questions.
I'm not running away, but moving on very swiftly. What is the weirdest message or thing that you've received from a female fan?
Weirdest message?
Yeah.
Or thing? Wow. So, early on, maybe, it was a lot of weird things happening back then because young females, they're very giving.
Yeah.
So they can just give anything, I could go for a show and whatever it is that ladies have on.
That can be interpreted. They are very giving.
No. Oh my God, no, I didn't go there. But
I'm just kidding.
Because of how much they feel for you. It's a lot of emotions that they don't understand.
Yeah.
So they can be taking of whatever it is that they think that is valuable to them.
Wow.
And give.
So a lot of valuable stuff.
Yeah, you feel me. So but weird, I don't think anything is weird. I value everything from the intention perspective. Like I see where they're coming from. Like they think this is the most valuable thing to them, and they just want to share it with me.
Okay. Alright, so let's just quickly speak about your new EP.
Yes, please.
Why an EP, not an album?
Because we're in an attention economy.
Okay.
And I'm very deliberate with how I manage the attention of my fans.
Okay.
Especially where I'm at,
Okay.
Because I'm coming from a place where I've been, I took a side step and to recalibrate, and I'm not going to act like I have people's attention like I did.
Okay.
I have to be realistic with that.
Yes.
So I know that there's a budget of attention that it can give to something new.
That's very true.
And it doesn't matter how good it is. Like right now, Burna has so much attention. So if he puts out 20 songs,
of course,
people would still, okay, I have attention for Burna.
Exactly.
It's on top of mind.
Yeah.
But because I'm trying to make a resurgence, I have to manage the attention, and that's why I put out 5 songs EP, just to, okay, I know that you can't handle a lot, but this is a playlist that I curated for you. Enjoy this for now.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. That's very intentional and strategic.
Thank you.
Absolutely amazing. So what would you say is your favorite song on that EP? By the way, it's called Table for Two.
Yeah. Oh my God. This is a hard one. So it's a table for two, so it's a mood specific EP.
Okay.
So it's dependent on your mood or my mood when I was creating it. And so my favorite song obviously is going to be dependent on my mood.
Okay.
So, but I think my favorite mood to be in has been Hey Baby. It's more it's more now and futuristic.
Okay.
Like, so I feel that way now, and I feel that way when I'm looking at my wife-to-be's eyes or my mother of my children's eyes.
I love that.
Just singing to her, and like, she just shines the brightest. All the stars are out tonight. She shines the brightest. I
love that. So just imagine she's here. Like, sing it.
She's here.
Ooh. Okay. Who's she? Who's she?
Like, if she.
You're a joker. So sing. Could you just sing a line from that?
Okay, I'm just trying to make sure. If only if he could see, she is the she.
Okay. She's the she. Oh my goodness. Alright, just sing a line from that one for me.
Hey baby, all the stars are out tonight. Baby, you shine the brightest. Hey Evie, you look so beautiful tonight. My lady, you shine the brightest. And you shine so bright. The sun done be jealousy so bright. The moon fades away. Pretty, that's my baby, that's my Evie. Come and see my woman. Why in my
Alright, that's so beautiful. See, by the way, me, I love love, so I can just sit down here talking about this for a very long time. But
people that love love are usually single. Why?
I don't know.
Because we have so much.
We have so much love to give. Well,
could it be expectations?
Well, I think that's a part of it. Exactly, standards. And so you don't want to settle for anything because you know that there's so much love out there. So why not?
Absolutely. Especially because you know the value of what you're bringing.
Exactly.
Like you know how much love you have to give.
Exactly.
You know, and when people don't come correct, like I don't think. But one thing that's been reoccurring in my mind about choice of partnership or choice of partner is the person suited for my destination. Oh, so that's extremely important. I think it's the most important.
I like that because I always tell people it's not really about if a person is good or bad.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because they're good people, but they don't fit your purpose and they don't fit your vision.
Absolutely.
And so you might have met like nice guys or nice women, and people are like, this is the wife material, but you're just like, they don't fit my purpose.
It's hard, you know, it's a tough place to be for young people.
Exactly.
Young people don't really think long term.
Exactly.
And choice of partner or choice of partnership is a long term decision or implication or consequences.
Very true.
So it's an interesting place to be. I don't know why we're saddled with that responsibility. If only we could get married when we're actually wise and can think long term.
Exactly.
So because right now we're just thinking about how do we connect. Oh, she has good vibes, you know, she has the specs, I like the body, you know, I like the voice.
Exactly.
But really, in real life, like, it's not going to matter in the long term.
Someone actually just said, this is from Jonah, saying this dude's voice pitch so sounds like Michael Jackson.
Oh, it does?
Oh, it does.
Speechless.
Ooh.
Speechless.
Yeah.
That's how you make me feel. Though I'm with you, I am lost for words. And nothing is for real. When I'm with you, I'm alive. How did you say? I don't know what to do. It's like that and that a thing. I say. What did he say? Speechless, speechless. That's how you make me feel.
Alright.
When I'm with you,
I know.
Iffy.
I know.
I am far away.
It's just the Iffy effect. I'm sorry.
Iffy.
I can't help it.
I just wish you could just find you a double you.
A double me? Why?
Because it just connect with Ify and his wifey.
Oh my gosh. I can't do it. You know
I need a double you to connect with you.
You know what we're going to do right now? Because I have a giveaway. Because I love to give away stuff. So I have a wristwatch courtesy Krevel to give away to a lucky winner. And I've told people to, follow at Lagos Fox 913, follow at Krevel Official, and follow at Ify_I. And this is what we're going to do. Okay, so Korede, I hope you know how to play games. I mean, when I say games, I'm talking like actual fun. Not those type of games. So we're gonna do like taboo.
Alright.
So what you're gonna do is you're going to try to explain certain words, and you know how to play taboo now without mentioning the words that they give on the list, because if you mention it's a taboo. So if you're able to properly explain these words and I get it, then a lucky winner is going to win this.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
For example,
okay, let's start with this one. Like with this first word is jungle. So you're supposed to explain jungle to me without saying trees, Amazon, tropical, rainforest. Okay.
So are you gonna?
So I'm gonna give it to you actually.
Are you gonna give me the words that I cannot say?
So it's right here. The words are down here. Okay. So this is the word you're supposed to explain to me without